going on, everybody? Um, do this again. So I couldn't find the flooring I already had in the truck. So I went and bought out a different one. And then I started cutting it, but then I was like, wait a minute. You don't have the truck yet. And if you're going to change the flooring, why are you cutting now? So then I said, James, slow down. Stop what you're doing. Figure this out and go from there. But in the meantime, I got what I thought was close to the floor. So boom. And I decided to go with this one since it's a little bit thicker, but it's not as thick as the one I already have. Because you can see where the camera at. That's thick. But by themselves, this is like literally half of this. So, and this is probably like 3/4 of what I already have in there. So I was like, well, I could just use this as a test piece for now. I don't have a drill. Well, a drill bit big enough to accommodate these 5mm and 6mm screw rivet sets that I got. So that's still up in the wind because, as you can see, I have a big enough one for the 4mm one, and that actually looks nice to do what I want to do. Like I said, I want to put the refrigerator on the floor, but not drill into the floor anymore, because I just used the same holes that was on the floor. And given that there was already 4 additional holes on the floor, I kind of was like, nah, I want to fix this. So since I'm short on time, just put this together and then address the situation later. And now we're here to later. So what I came up with was to do this. And basically, I did 2 compression rivets for 1 screw. Now, basically, what the intent and purpose of this is for when I actually have the floor. So, do it like this. This is going to be the metal floor for the truck. There's going to be a space in between for the foam. And I'm going to double up this time, especially in the middle, to kind of draw that space out. But then, when it comes to the refrigerator bracket, I'm going to well, that's the wrong screw. No wonder. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Had the wrong screw for a second to do this demonstration. So, since this is the floor I'm going to use, which isn't waterproof, by the way, which is going to make it a little bit more tedious because I'm going to have to make sure that this thing stays dry, especially for the refrigerator. Ooh, I don't even like this screw. Why is it not even screwing in? Okay, try a different one. Okay. So, you want to screw it in like that, right? The bracket's going to sit underneath it, right? And then I will take another screw and screw it on the bottom. So now this is how it's holding itself to the floor. Because I could do this, right? Which looks nice. But the problem I will have with the doing on here is that if you have too much moisture, right, it will start to wear out and whelp up. Now this is from cracking, so we ain't got nothing to worry about that. But just as a baseline, I'm gonna have to have a big washer under here to hold to have more space so it doesn't pull straight through. So that's what I got going on right now. And like I said, I got two more of these to make since there's four brackets for the um, the refrigerator, and then I'm debating if I want to um, do the same thing for the power inverter, which I mean really is not going to be too big of an issue because the power inverter just has two brackets, well, two screw locations, which I mean this is kind of ideal to do the same thing. And out of the way, you'll have the bracket secured to this, and it's not going to want to vibrate, so to speak, versus it being in the metal floor and vibrating, and then the screw actually doing like this in the floor, rounding out the hole that's already in the floor, making it loose. So that's the plan for right now. Like I said, also still waiting on the patches for the floor because I got this stuff right here. It's called magic glue, right? Apparently you can, actually I'm gonna try this right now. Apparently you can glue metal to metal and it's gonna stay together. So I'm gonna just try a drop. Got a drop. Put it together. 3 to 5 seconds. So in 3 to 5 seconds, this should stay on. So we'll see. No, it doesn't. Maybe it's a little longer. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Nope. So that don't work. Would have been nice if it did though, but maybe just gotta hold it a little bit longer. But we'll see. No bueno. Doesn't work. So that's a loss, but at the same time, not really, because I didn't really care if it worked or not, because this is my option. Oh, and also, I want to do this to the back side of the floor, so underneath the cabinet, well, underneath the bunk, and so the bunk, well, the bunk, and then I was going to do the corners, so the wall, and then the wall where the what's the damn thing called? The wardrobe closet. Do it right there, and then I would say towards the front, like behind the seats, but I'm gonna try my best to get it to where I specifically put those holes right where they need to be. So the seat bracket mounts will actually hold them down, because I'm actually going to get some bigger washers too. So get some bigger washers to put in there. So you're going to have the little weird shaped flange for the seat belt bracket, and the washer holding it. But we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. But right now, everything's looking good. Just another slow process of trying to get this truck where I want it to be, but also dodging maintenance. Because right now, truck's in the shop for a knock sensor. Luckily, it's just a sensor, but also they're checking the audible leak and fixing the issue with the brake light uh, thing. Because, like, the brake light doesn't come on the dash when uh, you secure the brakes. And they was like, yeah, it's actually the module underneath the brake pedal. So they're going to go ahead and fix that. So that's another $2,200, $2,400 that I got to pay. So we'll figure something out. But until next time, keep doing what y'all do. Thanks for the video, likes, comments. Try to stay motivated while you're out there, and look forward to seeing y'all in the next video.